Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shred Show Live. You can see his smiling face. You know who he is. You love him. The one, the only. Frank Garay is hanging out with me this morning. You know him from NAREP. Recently joined the Mortgage Marketing Animals team, and we have so much to talk about this morning. Are you part of the Breakfast LO Club? If you haven't heard about it, you're not in the know. We're going to share with you what it's all about and why you need to surround yourself with greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, are you freaking ready? I'm ready. I know Frank's ready. Are you ready? It is time to shred. Guys, you know him, you love him. He's the one, the only Frank Garay. What's up, Frank? How are you this morning, my bro?
Oh, dude. Well, I'm awake now. Best intro ever that I've ever gotten.
You know, people always tell me, they're like, dude, I don't need to get a shot of coffee. I don't need my espresso. I need a shot of freaking shred in the morning and we're set to go. So,
my goodness.
But dude, I'm excited to have you on this show. So, I mean, you've had a career within this industry. So many people have looked to you as a leader. So many people have looked to you as an influencer, and you continue to be. And, you know, you've been part of NAREP for so many years. And now you've joined the Mortgage Marketing Animals team and helping Carl and the incredible team there. And actually, that's when you and I actually had an incredible opportunity to speak to this group called the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Loan Officer Breakfast Club.
The Loan Officer Breakfast Club. I had an opportunity to jump on a call with them last week. I mean, dude, there was like 150 LOs on this thing. And there was me, there was you, Carl, Jen Conley, which is, well, I'm sure we'll talk about Jen here in a minute, but just, surrounding yourself with greatness. And for all of you who don't know, I was part of Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm an alumnus of Mortgage Marketing Animals. I joined it and it was phenomenal for me. This is not a plug for Mortgage Marketing Animals. This is not a sponsorship or anything like that. But I talk about things that helped me be successful in my career. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Is I was able to be part of the Loan Officer Breakfast Club the other day, and I was just blown away. Frank, you led this conversation. There were so many people who interjected some phenomenal ideas, but this industry, and you and I were talking about this, to be successful in this industry, you have to have a certain mindset. You have to surround yourself with the right people. And starting off your day, and you guys do this every single day, right?
Well, Monday through Thursday.
Okay, so if anybody knows Carl White, it's Friday. Hey, Fridays are your day. Fridays should be
Fridays
your day
off.
Fridays off. You shouldn't be working on Fridays. If you're working on Fridays, ladies and gentlemen, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
So tell us about the Breakfast Club. Tell us about how did it come to be? Why people should be looking forward to it? And guys, we're going to post a link below if you guys want to join an incredible conversation in the mornings. And again, this is not just a Mortgage Marketing Animals thing. This is for all LOs, right, Frank?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I've been in the mortgage industry, Josh, since January of 1987, right? And the past 14 years have been in this influencer role, basically. But I think that for originators, all originators, and I don't care what walk of life you are as an originator, banker, broker, it doesn't matter. If we can start our day with some good information, perfect example, this is just a blatant Shred plug. I read the Shred email newsletter every single day.
Let's go.
First of all, because it comes out nice and early, and I'm an early guy, right? And I'm like, first thing on my email, like, hey, where's Shred? And there it is. Okay, what's Josh got today? And I'll just go through there and check that out. I believe everybody should check out the National Real Estate Post every day. It's either Brian and I, or Brian, or just me. Just bring some industry news, 5-6 minutes of, hey, this is what's going on today. This is my, and the National Real Estate Post is really great because it's always a great talking point, right? So if you're talking to, and the same with Shred, right? If you're talking to a real estate agent or you're talking to a buyer, they might ask some industry type questions because they're curious about that kind of stuff, and you'll be equipped if you stay in touch with National Real Estate Post to, have some sort of a, at least perceived intelligent conversation.
100%.
Right. And then, so, now we come to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club, and what that is it's a live Zoom call. It's open to anybody. It's not just marketing animals, but it's a live Zoom call Monday through Thursday, and it's early, Josh. It's 5:30 a.m. Pacific time.
It's early.
A.m. Pacific time. So I'm on the West Coast, so it's an early one, right? But if you got up every day as an originator, checked out the Shred post, checked out NREP, see what's going on there, to get kind of caught up on everything that's happening, and then jump on for 30 minutes early in the morning, first thing in the morning, to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. I tell you what, you're off to a damn good start as an originator. And in Breakfast Club, again, it's like you said, right now we're averaging between 120, 150 people show up every day. It's a Zoom call. I mean, you could unmute yourself and, hey, what about this? Or, hey, what about that? It's live. It's we do go through, the marketing analyst, what's called the DSP, or the daily success plan. It's kind of revolves around that, but the conversation just goes in a million different directions. We like to have guests on. We had you on, which was so great. Thank you so much for showing up. We do touch a little bit on some industry news for talking points, that type of thing. But we really talk about is, what can we do today? What's the activities that either we are doing today or our assistants should be doing today to make sure we're keeping the ball moving forward, right? And to make sure we're finding a way to grow in this business. And it's just like you said with the title of the show and how you opened it. It's really on the Breakfast Club. You're just surrounding yourself with others, you know what I mean? That where everybody can participate, and we all kind of lift everybody, rising tides lift all ships, right? So it very much so is that. And I know you're going to put a link down below it. I just really think that, if you can, go ahead and register, and then just, show up. You don't have to show up every day, but I think if you do show up, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You know what I mean? I think it's a good thing to do today, Josh, because we talked before we jumped on this, before we went live, and we were talking about, surrounding ourselves with greatness and making sure we're connected to people that are doing great things. It's certainly going to help us, get influenced to go the right direction, do the right things. I mean, I'd much rather be surrounded by a guy like you, Josh, who's positive, motivated, going forward, than some, downer guy that's looking at all the dark clouds that loom within the industry. What do I want to do that for? Right. I'd rather be around positive, energetic, let's go get them people, just like you said.
Well, and it's 100%. Whoa, I'm echoing here. I don't know why I'm echoing all of a sudden.
Not to me.
Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna keep going then. So you mentioned showing up. You got to shred. Show up, hustle, repeat every day. I tell you, if you're listening now, you do have to show up. And we all have days where we don't want to do what we do. And something you were talking about this, and I want to dive into this more here in just a second. But just showing up, like I said, you mentioned this: reading, rise, and shred, doing the things that we are. Oh, hold on. Now I've got everybody can hear me. Sound check.
I got you.
Okay, we're good. I got a message saying, hey, we're good. Okay, but showing up, surrounding yourself with the right people, like I said, reading Rise and Shred, reading NAREB, getting involved with the LO Breakfast Club calls. It starts your mindset in the right direction. Because maybe you get up in the morning, you're like, do I really want to go do this today? Like, do I want to go deal with the shit I have to deal with? There's so many problems that come up. We get in the wrong mindset. Starting our day with positive people in a positive way, it's like, hey, I can do this. Because you said something, Frank, that I truly believe in my heart. You and I have been doing that. Like I said, this is the mortgage industry is our life, it's our career. This is the path we've chosen. And so many of you listening to this are the exact same way. But unfortunately, many of you, a good majority of you, and I want to talk about this, Frank, many of you who have chosen this career path, it's not enjoyable. We don't enjoy it. Right, Frank?
Right. No, I think that, I don't know what, that old funny sayings like, hey, 93% of statistics are made up. Yeah. And that itself was made up. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Right? But there's I think a very large majority of the originators that are out there busting their hump every day and trying to make a living at this. I think they love the revenue. I think they love the money, because it's hard not to, right? There's not a lot of careers that you can drop into and work at it for 6 months, 1 year, and suddenly be making, $250,000 a year, right? Or more. I think a lot of the originators out there, a good majority, love the revenue, but if they're going to be real honest, hate the business, right? They, if they manage to get a weekend off where they didn't get hit up by 5 realtors over the weekend to take away from their family time, if they manage to get a weekend off, come Monday morning, they're going, oh God, what am I, I got to deal with that thing. I got this thing. I hope this goes okay. I mean, overall, I think a lot of originators don't enjoy the business. I think they kind of dread a lot of it. You know what I mean? If we're going to be real honest, I mean, but they love the revenue.
Sure.
But like we were talking about, it's like, it's not a pipe dream at all to, like, how about this, Josh? What if what if every day I went to, I went to work as an originator, I only did the things that I really dug. Like I never had to worry about talking to a lead, a prospect, although they still came in, but I didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about pre-qualifying people. I didn't have to worry about chasing conditions and, getting fundings done. I mean, is that a reality? And I'm telling you, man, it can be. It's not a pipe dream. You just have to learn how to put together your business, right? And it is going to require help. You are going to have to hire people. They're going to have to do the correct things. But if you have a roadmap or a plan on who do I hire, how do I hire them, what do I even put in the job description? What do I do there? When I get them in, how do I get them going? What do they actually do that's going to actually let me get more loans? How many originators do you know, Josh, in your career that have hired an assistant and didn't give them any more they didn't get any more business out of it whatsoever? I've had loaners working under me that have done that a million times.
Yep.
A million times. You know what I mean? But it's not a pipe dream. It can be done if you have the right help. I'll let you jump in here, but like Jen Connolly, a good friend of ours, good friend of mine, her story is just so remarkable. And it just really shows me that, you can literally, and this is one of the great things about the mortgage industry, you can literally have your own business within a business. I don't care who you're working for. I don't care what mortgage company it is. Every mortgage company out there will let you create your own business within their business, where you can actually have your own business within their business and just have remarkable results and a remarkable life, where it's getting done the way it's supposed to be done. It's not a pipe dream.
It's not a pipe dream. So many people are like, well, that's so far ahead. Like I'm happy with my 6 or 7 loans a month. Like I don't need to hire an assistant. I'm good with what I have. But you talk to this point. Are you really happy with 6 or 7? What if you could double your production or triple your production with just the same amount of work? What if you hired the right team? It's surrounding yourself with the right people. Like I talk about it all the time. Teamwork makes the dream work. And I was there when I first hired my first loan partner, had a loan assistant helping me with the process. I was scared to let go. Like I was scared to actually let go. But that's why the LO Breakfast Club and surrounding yourself with people who have been there, who have seen the process time and time again work for them, that are able to share those ideas, share what they're actually doing to see that success. That's why it's so critical. That's why these types of groups, these types of conversations, they can help us through those difficult times. Because I am right there with you, Frank. Like as an LO, I love the people. That's what I love, engaging with people. I love helping them. But at the same time, I hated getting conditions. I hated dealing with the minutia every single day that was part of the mortgage process. The day I hired a loan partner and I was able to finally let go, and I'll give a huge shout out to Tammy Snyder. She, part of the mortgage marketing, she helped me so much get through that. And like, hey, you've got to let go. Like you have to be able to trust and have confidence in that team you're hiring. And I'm going to quote Gary Vaynerchuk here, because Gary Vaynerchuk had a post this morning where he talked about, and I'm going to muff this up, but hiring is guessing, firing is knowing. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was on LinkedIn, but that's just it. Hiring is guessing. You're going to hire wrong people. Like you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to hire so-and-so. She seems like good, or he seems really good, but hey, guess not. I learned. I know that's not the right addition to my team, but I learned and now I'm on.
Yeah, it's a process and it takes time. I'll go back to the Jen Conley story. When I first met her, it was about 12 years ago. She came out to, and it happened to be an animals event that me and Brian went to. And she went there because of us. She was like, these guys are saying, go see this guy and they're going to be there. And her story's so funny too, Josh, because she's like, I was broke. I was brand new in the business. I had a partner. We were trying to do this thing together. I said, I want to go to this. So we actually put the trip on my credit cards. You know what I mean? I didn't have the money, and she went out there and she just bought in. Fast forward 12 years later, she's in a small county town in Ohio. I think her city only has 22,000 people. Her whole county only has like 75,000 people. So wow. She's in Ohio, small town, but she's cranking out 300 units a year. She's doing a third of all business that gets done in her county, both purchase and refi. There's a loan attached to it. There's a 33% chance it's her. She's got a team that took years to put together. I mean, we're not, this didn't happen overnight. This took time to put this together, but thank God she had the guidance, from, in this case, Marketing Animals. She had the guidance, what they should do, who should be doing it, who does what, how to hire them, how to fire them. You know what I mean? All of that stuff, where she's got to the point now where 300 units a year, bro. And like, she does not talk to a lead. She does not take a loan application. She does not chase a condition. I asked her, I said, what do you do? What do you do? Well, she has a really fun time on radio. Her and the top real estate broker in her town every Monday at 4 p.m. are on the radio, just having like a real estate mortgage BSing session for 30 minutes. She says, we literally just get on there and shoot the breeze about real estate. She also does live spots. I think she does 2 or 3 a week, where she's on live on the radio for 2 minutes, plugging her company, and she does recorded stuff. So she's a big fan of radio. But, I asked her, do you love doing that? She goes, I love it. She goes, it's just so much fun. I go, what else do you do? She goes, I do podcasts and I love them. I have a real estate agent do a podcast with and I love it. She does coaching, right? And so I go, do you love coaching? Because I've tried coaching and I didn't care for it. And she goes, I love it. I absolutely love it. So you think about this. Here was this girl 12 years ago, deer in the headlights, credit cards to get to an event, right? Fast forward 12 years. This is a 12-year journey, right? 300 units, doesn't talk to a lead, doesn't originate, doesn't do a loan app, right? You know what I mean? Is just doing the things she loves to do, things she's good at, things that generate the leads in. She helps generate the leads in, obviously.
Of course.
But once they come in, it's taken care of by her team. She built the right team. I mean, it can be a reality for anybody, Josh. And one thing that she said, though, I said, what would your biggest piece of advice be? And, to somebody who wants to have that kind of a reality that you have right now in this mortgage space. And she said, you got to find the right coaching, the right people, right? And she says, you have to submit to the process. You can't buck it. Right? You can't go, well, that's a good idea, but in my area, it's really not going to work that way because this, that, and the other thing, and all that. No, you have to submit to the process. And she said, that's what I would do. And the other thing, just what we touched on earlier, was you have to be willing to give up control. You have to be able to understand that somebody else can do it as good as you, maybe even better. But even if they're not as good as you, as long as they're like 80, 90% as good as you, it's good enough. It's good enough. So yeah, surrounding yourself with greatness and being able to engage with people like this, it can't help but bring you up. It can't help but do that.
What's so funny, Frank, is yesterday on my show, I talked about, finding your superpower. All of us have a unique ability. All of us have something that we're really, really good at. And then there are things that we're really bad at. Like there are some things that, and that, to your point exactly, is the day that I realized that I was not the best person to take conditions. Number one, because like when I did it, I was grumpy. I was like, I could tell like my tone of voice when I was talking to my borrowers, when I was having to chase those things, I wasn't that happy person that they love to work with. It's like there are other people who love that stuff. Like they're good at it too. The day you can actually understand and realize that is the day that you finally set yourself free from like doing the crap that you don't want to do anymore. And again, your team becomes more efficient. Your team is happy with you because they're doing the stuff. Most people don't like to be on radio. Most people don't like to be the gens and like myself, where I'm putting myself out there. Most people can't do this. So again, that's when you put an incredible team together. And again, is it going to happen overnight? No. But that's why being part of great groups like the LO Breakfast Club and being part of great groups that can be there to support you and again, share ideas, share the things that are working are so important. Even now more than ever. I think now more than ever, as the industry is evolving, as our industry is changing, you need to be ahead of these trends. You need to be talking about them. You need to be doing them, because if you're not, you're going to get left to the dust. And we've been saying this for years, but with technology at the rapid growth and with how things are changing, you have to start doing these things or you will be left in the dust. You have to find the things you enjoy too. To that point, I couldn't agree with that more. And Frank, as we're wrapping up time here, I truly appreciate all that you've done. Like I said, and I've told you this before, but everything that you have done with NAREP, like you said, you've been an influencer for years. When I saw you and Brian on NAREP, I'm just like, hey, I want to do this. Like, I want to put myself out there. I want to go start doing that. So, and now look where we're at. So it's just amazing. Couple comments coming in here. Greg Tanner, hiring loan partners completely changed my W-2 and my work-life balance. Greg, thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that.
Good job, Greg.
What you just described, Matt, what you described is basically that what we are working on towards in my business. I focus on video, content, podcast, YouTube, my operation. There you go. Right there. Guys, this is what Frank continues to do. He has dedicated his life. He is an open book. He's willing to share He's willing to help you. And that's what we do here at Shred. We want to see you all succeed. We want you to be happy in the success that you're having. So join the LO Breakfast Club. We'll post a link below. Be part of the conversation every Monday through Thursday. I promise it will start your day off in the right way and get you in the right mindset to go out and shred the day. Frank, you are absolutely brilliant, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning and sharing all that you do.
Can't thank you enough, Josh. You're doing great out there. Always enjoy your shows. Enjoy the Shred email, man. Thank you so much, too. Really appreciate what you do as well. And everybody, look, it's not a pipe dream. It can be done. It can be done. It's for real.
It can be done, and you can do it. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. We love you. Now we want all of you to go shred. Go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See you.
Have a good one.